Kind of a long day. I'll fill you in later. But started early this morning from Michigan. Delay on flights. Pretty soon made it to Detroit. More delays. And I just landed in Atlanta. And now I am hiking to my motel room, which is right off the MARTA station, mass transit station for this area. I'll kind of bring you up to speed in the morning. I have a shuttle driver lined up for 5 in the morning. That's where I'll be jumping on to Springer Mountain. I am bypassing the Amacola Trail of Tears up the mountain, and I'm going straight to the parking lot, backtrack a mile, then jump on the trail. So stay tuned, because as cell signal allows, I'll be uploading videos of my hike. We'll see how far we get. It is kind of late in the year. There is snow in the Great Smoky Mountains, but my hope is to crank out some miles and see how this goes. Thank you so much for joining. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and follow my trails. Good morning. I just summited Springer Mountain. It was kind of dark when I got up there and extremely windy, so there was no sense taking any video on the top of the mountain. Really, even pictures were not gonna look that good. But currently, I am making my way down Springer Mountain. I opted out of the Amacola approach trail, skipped the falls, was brought to the parking area, which is 1 mile short of the actual summit. So you have to hike up to the summit to start, and then you start hiking back. So really, all your miles are 1 plus 1. And that's what we're going to do. I would like to do a minimum of about 9 miles, which takes me to a major shelter. And really, depending on how things go, I would not even mind doing a little more than that. But I'm going to see how my body feels, and I don't want to borrow today from tomorrow's energy and tomorrow's legs. So breaking into this thing, I want to hike for a good amount of time and don't want to burn it all in one day. I'll keep you updated. I am currently coming back to the parking. As you can see, cars. I am 5.5 miles into my day. My driver told me that there are 3 climbs, and that doesn't include Springer. So I've done 2 of them, so I have 1 more to get me up to Hightower. And this one's a more gradual one, so hopefully it won't wear me out. I have about 4, not quite 4 miles to make it to the first, which is Hawk Mountain Shelter. I'm gonna scope it out, see what time it is, see how I feel, and if that feels pretty good, then at that point I may push ahead. We'll see. Something that you may not know about me is that when I was a child, I was deathly afraid of water. It's just the way it was. And I don't know that I 100% conquered that, but I know that in time it got better, and I took scuba diving lessons, have spent time in a pool, but yeah, it is a real thing. It's almost 11 o'clock. I just came up a little bit of a climb. I'm up on the same level that the Hawk Mountain shelter is. There's going to be a couple ups and downs until I get to the shelter. I'm about 1.5 miles from the shelter. So the shelter's about 9.5 miles for the day. I'm going to determine once I get there and have lunch kind of what my strategy will be for the rest of the day. Absolutely perfect. It is noon, right on the nose, and I just made it to the Hawk Mountain shelter. I'm going to get some water because there's not going to be water for another like 6 miles, but I also need enough water to be able to cook some lunch. So I'm going to do one of these pre-meals, boil up some water and take a little break, see what my energy level is, see how far I'm going to go. It has warmed up super nice and had a kind of a big climb coming right out of that shelter right after having lunch. That's never any fun. But after I come to the top of that knob, which was about like 3,150 feet, then there's been quite a few downhills, and there's a couple service roads that intersect with these mountains, so you see that a little bit. But it's warmed up just gorgeous. This morning when I got dropped off, it was right at 39, 40, and it's got to be low 60s right now. Just gorgeous. A little windy, but beautiful day for hiking, as you can tell. Colors are wonderful. I just experienced trail magic with a guy named Max. Great guy. Water, granola bar, ibuprofen, a nice chair, and a sunny spot. Great company. He's been writing about the Appalachian Trail for years, has a website, and comes out to connect with the hikers. He's not a thru hiker himself, but does a great job meeting people and connecting with them. I'm going to finish day one here, making it to, it's called Cooper's Gap. I'm still 2 miles from water, but I can knock that out in the morning. Feeling pretty tired for lack of a good night's rest last night, and I'm afraid if I go any further I'm just going to get really late, and then setting up your tent when your mind isn't sharp doesn't work well. So this is where we will end it. I'll set my tent up, make a little something to eat, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be lights out pretty soon. Thank you for following, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.